Hey everyone, it's Brian with GreyWolf Towers again. So I have to interrupt the series that I was planning on with this new piece. We're going to do a quick unboxing of the DLM 21 from Dark Flash. The reason that we're doing this is because, I needed to put together a system to sell, and I ended up with a Z370 for 8th gen Intel CPUs, but it's a full ATX. And this is the only case other than the Cougar case that I had access to. And so this will be substituting the Cougar case for this particular build, and I'll be building the Z370 system with probably an i3, just something more of a budget build for gaming into it. And we'll probably get that going sometime later next week. But this, I've never used Dark Flash before at all. I'm not overly familiar with them, but I do know that they are at least a well-established brand. So this here is one of their cases. Like I said, it's the DLM 21. It looks kind of, from the pictures at least, it looks kind of like a H500 from NZXT, except the side panel, instead of opening like this, it opens like a door instead. So anyway, let's take a quick peek, see what we got. So get our trusty table up a little bit here. And I did pop the box open, but I have not taken anything out, I've not looked at anything yet. On the outside of the box, there does appear to be some physical damage, so I'm hoping that it's nothing serious inside. If it is damaged badly, then I'm going to have to return it, which means waiting almost a week or so to get the case so that we can get this build going again. Alright, so it does at least have some, it's not really styrofoam, it's the foam padding, so it's a little bit nicer than some of the other stuff. So on the back it has all of the normal spots that you'd expect. So let's take a peek here. Alright, so first impression. It's a nice sleek looking build. I think it's going to do really good for what I'm intending. I think this will actually go really well. So looking at the back, so I'm going to lift it up a little bit here. So on the bottom you have the power supply mount, which does also have a shroud, and I'll show that in a moment. You've got the rear exhaust fan mount, which does not include any fans. You've got the I/O shield mount and the expansion slots. It looks like there's 4. They're one-time removable. They're those little dummy slots that you peel out and then they're done. So this side is just a blank panel. Up top you do have a vent that's magnetic for the mesh. Looks like it holds one 120 on the rear, and I'm going to say probably 2 120s on the top, and then it looks like 2 120s on the front. Now the case comes with 0 fans, none. Not just no PWM fans, but no fans at all. Kind of disappointing that any case these days wouldn't come with at least an exhaust fan, but we'll be okay. I had already planned on replacing any fans that came with it anyway. I'm thinking we're going to do a red exhaust fan, red LED exhaust fan, and no, I'm not. I'm thinking what we'll end up with on the rear is a blue exhaust fan, and the cool reason for that is white and blue. They're really good colors for ice. So when you see ice in video games and movies and pretty much just at all, white is obviously the color of things like snow and ice. Clear is one, but you know, a lot of people artistically associate blue as ice as well. So I think blue LEDs with the white will kind of look really cool. So before we go to the inside to see the cable management side, we've got the front, which does have a texture. There are no openings for any kind of bays, no floppy sized 3.5 inch bays, no 5.25 inch bays for DVD drives, just a panel. And it is solid. I'm not seeing any kind of mesh at all. The only vents are these little holes on the sides, so I'm going to say this probably has really bad airflow from the front, but from the top and the rear should be good. And so what I'm going to do in this build myself is I'm going to put a rear exhaust fan in. I haven't decided if I'm going to do anything up top yet. I'm doubtful that I'm going to put anything in the front, but I may put some regular standard black fans in there just to get a little extra airflow. But here is the side with the glass panel. And so here you've got, let's hold this up a little bit. There we go. Sorry, blocking part of my face. We've got the shroud here. And then we've got the spot for the motherboard back here. Now this is an M-ATX case. It does not hold a full ATX board. So it should hold a mini ITX, but I haven't confirmed that yet. It is, of course, built for the micro ATX. So now, before we get to the insides though, it does have a USB 3, 2 USB 2s, the mic and headphone jacks that everybody's used to. Looks like it has a reset button here and a power switch. And then it's got a hard drive light and everything like that up there. So on the outside, I'll be honest, I think it looks sleek and awesome. I'm very impressed with the looks of it. So I think it'll make a great system build. And then, okay, so inside you get the instructions. Luxury M-ATX chassis, so there's that. Now the cool thing is, like I said, it's got the swivel door. It's on hinges, so it's not removable. So you got to be careful building in this thing. You go at the wrong angle and you'll snap it off the hinges, I'm pretty sure, because these don't look like they're super sturdy. They look like they're on the lower end. It's clasped with magnets, so you want to make sure that you keep the little tab on the door that hangs from it out. So it is kind of like having a clothing tag or a pillow tag or something. So it's a little disappointing there, but again, it's a cool idea. I kind of like it. I think overall it's still going to do good. The aesthetics of this case is really good. I love the looks of it myself. I hope everyone agrees with me. So it does have the mounts already in place for the M-ATX boards from the looks of it. So let's take a quick peek at the area that we're most worried about, and that's going to be the cable management side. Alright, so on the cable management side there's 2 thumb screws. There we go. Sorry, my hands aren't as good as they used to be, so when it's tight like that it kind of hurts. So now we're going to go ahead and pop this off. Now like I said, I've never seen inside these, so it's got a good removable panel there. And then in here we have a small bag of items. Looks like it's got a single slot for the hard drives. Okay, so underneath there's 2 thumb screws. So underneath we've got a mesh for the vent for the power supply, and then we've got these 2 little thumb screws like the side panel has, and that releases the hard drive cage. Looks like, okay, so from the looks of it, a single SSD mounts up top and a single hard drive mounts underneath. Alright. Now of course that does not take into account any M.2s or anything like that. So there's that as well on the motherboard, the capability. And so that will sit down here. And then there are 2 SSD panels here. So a total of 3 SSDs that are 2.5 inch or 2.5 inch drives if you want to use laptop drives, which are a little bit more expensive than desktop drives instead of the desktop drive. Like I said, you've got the bag of things like zip ties and screws, the USB headers and things like that. Give or take, it looks like there's about 1/2 inch back here, so they're Should be plenty of room to run cabling, and then you've got mount points all over here, so there's going to be plenty of places to zip tie cables in. So overall, I'd say I give it a B+. The only reason I say B+ and not an A or an A+ is one, the glass side panel. The hinges are a disaster if you're not careful. And I can see people already breaking those pretty easily. And then that's going to be the big one. And then the small part of it that's coming down from, say, an A+ to a A is the front being so minimal on the airflow there. I mean, a little bit nicer, maybe a mesh front with the design instead of a solid one would have done a lot better. And I'd say maybe a part of that is also the fact that it does not have any fans at all whatsoever. So that's kind of a disappointment. Like I said, I'm going to put a blue LED fan on the rear anyway, and I'm pretty sure that'll be enough. But it would have been nice if they'd at least thrown in a single fan for that. So, yeah, anyway, so that's the case for today. The DLM 21 from Dark Flash. Kind of like I said, it kind of reminds me of the H500. And I've built in the H500, which is a great case, by the way. NZXT does a great build quality, and they do include 2 fans with their H500s. They include one on the top and one in the back. They're just standard 3-pin, non-PWM, and they're just plain black, but hey, it's 2 case fans so that you can get by without anything else. Overall though, I'd say for a budget case under $60, it's definitely a good choice from the looks of it. It does not feel flimsy. It does not feel super cheaply made like, say, a Rosewill case. Those things, they tend to have sharp edges. The cables tend to be super short. And they just feel like junk when you hold them, in my opinion. This one, I mean, it's on the lighter end, lighter weight, but it's not a cheap feel. It's small. That's why it has that feel to it. So, anyway, that is today's unboxing video for this case. I hope everyone found it at least educational, if not entertaining. And we will be using this in our build instead of the other one. Like I said, it was like $55 plus tax, came up to just shy of $60. And overall, it will do a great job taking care of us for this build. So, thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked our video, found it educational, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to keep up to date on our videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can keep up to date on our new videos as they get released. And as always, feel free to leave me a comment down below, especially if you've used this case before. Let me know your thoughts on the case. If you have any questions, let me know. Whether they're about the channel, myself, or the case, just go ahead and send me a comment down below. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.